Okay, hi guys. Another day in the van build. As you can see behind me, we now have insulation. It's arrived. So yeah, been working on that, along with feeding wiring because my tunneling for the wiring's finally arrived. So I've been doing that as well. Bit of headache, but it's getting there now. We're starting to see some form of progress finally. I'll switch the camera. Look, right, we now have solar controller, all my switch gear. We have in here, we have two USBs, which will be very useful for charging phones and stuff, and this side we have a cigarette lighter socket. Probably put another USB port in there, but yeah, you've got it if we need it. Board there is back up finally. I'm probably going to have to replace it because it's split, but I'm not overly worried. Insulation poking out over the top. Still got to pack that with some more in that top corner, just there, so it's properly wadded out. There is, I don't know if you can see it, just in that corner there is actually the insulation as well. Behind, you can just see it poking out the bottom there. I've got to trim that up. So top of the van there, me and the missus have been doing it today. That's all packed out now, so the next port of call is to do what I've done that side, packing behind it, water barrier running all the way down. Just got to do above this door, but I didn't want to do it just yet because I've been feeding all the wires. This is the lot that's going to run the kitchen. So I've got live for the water pump that's going to go under there at the back. It's a bit of a mess at the minute, but the pipes for the tap, all that lot's now been done behind there, and at the bottom there as well. The van's an absolute tip because we've been working our backsides off, and as you can tell, we haven't had time to clean up yet. It's kind of doing one thing at a time because everything's turned up wrong at the wrong sort of times. We've ended up having to just do what we've been able to do because of just waiting on stock to turn up, materials, so on and so forth. But we are getting there now. I've got to order the lights for the top of the van, but we're kind of working on a bit of a strange budget. It's kind of, because it's our main vehicle, we're driving it daily. It's made easier by the lockdown. It's made a lot easier by the lockdown, to be fair. It's made life entertaining, just on the grounds of nowhere's got stock. So you order something, makes out that they've got the stock, and then you find out that they just haven't. That light's really irritating because it's gone all funny. There we go. That's a bit better. So yeah, stuff's been turning up all back to front. So we've kind of been working a bit back to front with it, which means a lot of stuff that's been made has now got to come back out the van to be able to do what needs to be done behind it. However, I couldn't fit all the insulation until I had the wiring tubes to fit the wiring through, so it's safe. But that's largely done now. We've got wiring across the ceiling looped, ready for the main lights that are going to run down the van. I've got lights up at the minute, but they only work with the van doors and stuff, and obviously as a camper that's irrelevant. It's neither use nor ornament to us. Window tint's a nightmare. That's been an absolute disaster. It's my own stupid fault. I bought cheap tint and it's really gone bad, and the longer it's up the worse it looks. So I'm going to have to rip that out at some point and completely redo the windows on the van with the tint. I'm really annoyed with the company that sent it because it's just made it look a mess. It's all got to come out. It looked better before we tinted it than it does now. It's just appalling stuff. Tints all washed off the plastic, and yeah, it's a pain in the ass. We've packed this stuff. There's the insulation we're using is this stuff here. Yeah, it's recycled plastic bottles. Now, when I heard recycled plastic bottles, I was thinking, oh my god, that's going to be flipping horrible. But it's not. It's ever so soft. It's warm. It's comfortable. It feels really nice. It's quite easy to tear up. You can tear it quite easily. Tears like loft insulation. It's nothing to tear. I've got little pieces like this I've been using just to stuff down the sides of the windows as much as I can, try and get as much insulation in between the windows as we can down them little pillars. It's not been an easy task, but I'm trying to. I probably don't need to do that because we're only going to be using it for the summer holidays, weeks here and there, but I'm trying to stuff it as much as I can, because obviously at night, living in the UK, it gets pretty cold here at night. You don't want to wake up in the night or in the morning to a freezing cold van. That's not fun for anybody. So I'm trying to insulate it the best I can to make sure that we don't get too much heat loss overnight, that the heat stays in the van as much as possible. Not an easy task. Won't really know how well it's doing until we actually go away in it, but we're a long way off that at the minute. So yeah, insulation's going in. Turns out I've bought more than enough, hopefully, to do the ceiling as well. I bought, I can't remember how much I bought. Basically, I've got 4 rolls of this bottle cap insulation stuff. Recycled plastic bottle insulation. We've done one side of the van completely now. We've done the whole top half of the other side of the van and at the top of the back doors, and we're only on the second roll, and we've still got loads of the second roll left. So I think 4 rolls is going to be more than adequate to do the entire back of the van. We'll probably have a load left over, which will be possibly useful for some other project or whatever. So yeah, that's where we're at. That's what we've done. Most of the wiring's done. I did find a leak on the roof of the van. It was dripping water. Sorted that now, siliconed that up. Last 2 days here, it's been absolute torrential rain on and off all day, every day for the last, 3 days. 3 days of torrential rain. It's been quite bad. So I've not been able to do anything outside of the van, really. So it's all work inside, but there's nothing really outside I can do at the minute anyway. There's a couple of dents and stuff I want to get sorted out, pulled, filled, rust treated, filled and resprayed. Note to anybody in the future, if you do buy one of these extra long wheelbase Ford Transits, there's a section right above the wheel arch, rear wheel arch, where the back of the van bolts onto the rest of the van to extend it, make it that bit longer. Word of warning in advance, they have a habit of those seals leaking. As we've discovered, a lot of rust on the inside of the rear arch, a lot of rust, where you can tell water's just been running through the crack onto the top of the wheel arch, running down and just rotting it out. There are bungs down there. Remove the rubber bungs, so at least if that continues to happen, you can't seal it up. The water's got somewhere to go. It's not sitting in the bottom of your van. Yeah, it's just a good practice, I think. I've spent 2.5 hours yesterday with wire brush, sandpaper and rust treatment and paint, just trying to get rid of the extent of rust down there, and it was bad, really, really bad. To the point of I'm probably going to have to replace at some point all the metal down there. It really was quite extensive. I'm going to have to cut the rubber seal out as best I can on the outside of the van and try and reseal it with some window sealant. You know, the proper vacuum sealed window sealant. That's my plan. That's what I'm going to use, unless somebody can come up with a better way of doing it. I'm just going to get a standing knife, cut out what the seal that's there the best I can, with a stainless steel blade so it doesn't damage the paint. And then I'm just going to run down with a new bead of silicone and really shove it in and try and pack it in as best I can, smooth it off, and hopefully, fingers crossed, that will seal my leak and stop the wheel arch from getting any worse. It is now rubbed down, rust treated. I bought a proper tub of rust treatment, which is, one moment, try and grab it if I can, if it's still in here. Probably shouldn't do this. I'm not sponsored by anybody, just to let you know. I'm just doing this off my own back. Found this stuff, Pour 15 metal prep. It's supposed to kill rust, turn it back into metal, and it also leaves a coating over it which is supposed to protect it from rusting again. The stuff's really thin, it's like water. When I first started doing it I was like, there's no way this is going to do much, but trust me, whack it on with a brush, give it a good thick coating, believe you me, really, really good. It does what it says on the tin. It does convert it back to metal. It really is pretty good. It sends it like a matte blacky colour, like a silver shimmer. Rub your rust down, whack this on, well, wire brush it, sand it, give it a coat of this, get all the loose stuff off, treat it with this stuff, leave it for 25 minutes. I've given each bit like 2-3 coats with this. It says you only need one, but I've given it a good 2-3 coats, just to make sure that I've got everything. I really jabbed it in there as well, just to try and make sure I've got any rust that, you know, I might have missed with a wire brush, or just dust that's just sitting there. And it's done the job. It really has. The panels feel solid again where I've treated. I've got a bit on the sill at the bottom of the side door. Obviously I've got that big patch in the wheel arch on the passenger side rear wheel arch. That's pretty bad. That's going to need replacing at some point, but this is just to slow it down for now. And I would replace it straight away. I'd just cut it out and replace the panels, but my thinking is, at the moment, we haven't been away on the van. At the minute, this van hasn't earned us anything, really. We've had no holiday in it, which is what we bought it for. It's not served us any real purpose other than an ordinary everyday run around. So I'm thinking I'm going to leave it this year. We'll go away, we'll have a couple of holidays, we'll see how it goes. Chances are some of it we're going to have to rip out, redo. We'll find out what it's like once we've been away in it. You know, we'll just have to take it from there, kind of thing. So yeah, that's the plan. Once we've had a couple of holidays in it and we know the van works for us, and it's reliable and it's proven its worth, then I probably will then just chop it out with an angle grinder or whatever, and I'll have it all redone. I've got a mate who's done welding on more vans and stuff than care to mention, so getting that sorted isn't going to be a problem. And it'll all be new steel going in, and then it'll get properly resprayed, and you know, it'll be like new again. My mate's a damn good welder, and like I say, he's got loads of experience on these vans. He's done more fabrication. He's rebuilt vans, you know, that have been completely rotted out. And he's rebuilt them, and they've gone for MOT, and you'd never even know they've been welded. You'd never know they've been repaired. He's damn good at what he does, so I'm not worried about that. It's solid for now. It's solid enough. It'll probably pass an MOT, no problems with it. So I'm not unduly worried at the moment. It's just, it was quite badly surface rusty. So yeah, that's where we're at. That's what we've done. I say a lot. I've realised that since I've started doing these videos. But yeah, so the van's coming along. I've got loads of stuff I now need to order, which is giving me a headache. Big one. We're doing it kind of month by month. We're buying parts month by month because we get paid monthly. So this month, hopefully, I'll be able to get the lights. I had all this planned. I know what I need. I just can't think at the minute. We need the main lights. I've got to get some more connectors and terminals for all the wiring I've got to do. I've used up my entire stock now of anything that's used for. I've got loads of male spade terminals, no females, and it's just become a nightmare. I thought I had loads, but I've got a Reliant scimitar I'm restoring as well, and the wiring was a mess in that, so I bought a ton of wiring terminals, connectors, connector blocks, this, that and the other for that, so I could start wiring that up. I got halfway through doing that, and then I've got the van, and now I've used a ton of terminal connectors on this, so I'm completely out now. I have none left. So yeah, I've got to get some more of them lights. We need the heater for the hot water, which will also sit under the sink. My mate's apparently got one for me. Don't know what he's going to charge me for. It's only a little one apparently, but it could be ideal. Hot water for the sink. It heats it as you need it. Apparently it's come out of an old works van or something, so that'll be ideal. Perfect accompaniment for the van. Only problem is I can't go and see a bit at the minute because we're all on freaking lockdown. So hopefully that'll be here before long. I've got to go down to a breaker's yard, caravan breaker's yard. I rang one a little while back and asked them if they had a fridge, cooker, bits and bobs that are vital to a van that you can just go out and buy, but I can't seem to find any for a reasonable price that are relatively local, and I am building this van on a budget. So far the van's cost us about 700 quid in conversion. That's not including buying the van, that's just for the materials, all the insulation, wood, solar panel, the MTTP solar panel controller, battery. I know there's other stuff I've bought with the money and I can't think what it is. Water pump, which was pennies really. So yeah, about 700 quid or in total so far. I'm suspecting it's probably going to cost close to about 1,500 quid to finish the conversion to the level I want it. I wouldn't be at all surprised if I end up going over budget. Wouldn't be at all surprised. We've got some big ideas for the van. Once we've got the main bulk of it built, I suspect to get it up to the level I want, it's going to cost me probably more than 1,500 quid. But I don't mind that because it's not a big bulk to spend out off the bat. And at the end of the day, if we get 2 or 3 years worth of holidays out of the van, I'll be happy because it's paid for itself then. All the work we've done, the time we've put into it, it will have paid for itself tenfold. 3 years worth of holidays, yeah, the van will be about 20 years old by that point, so it's going to need a lot of work on that point anyway. So if we get 3 years out of her, yeah, I'll be able to live with that quite comfortably, and the spend of 1,500 quid is going to be, you know, negligible by that point. It will have earned its money. So that's where I'm at. That's what's been done so far. Tons still to do. Loads still to do. When I started it, I had no idea how much of a project it was going to be. I thought, it's just a case of slapping some insulation in, you know, cut some wood, cut some, you know, put benches in, this, that. Yeah, it's been a headache just trying to plan exactly what I need to start the build. On its own was a headache, trying to work out how much materials I needed. I'm no mathematician. I've never ever done a job like this before. It's all new to me. My woodwork isn't exactly top notch. I'm doing my best with what I've got, and yeah, just trying to build a van that's half worthy of being something that, you know, looks nice when it's finished. Yes, I've probably cut a few corners on materials here and there, because I have tried to source things as cheaply as I possibly can. That might come back to bite me in the ass at a later date, I don't know. But so far, we're not doing bad. We're getting there. And it's starting now to kind of look like it's going to be a camper van at some point. So I'm happy with that. It's all good. You're probably sick of hearing me talk, so I'm going to bugger off. I'll do another video soon to let you know what else has been done, if anything. How far we've got. Let you see the van as it's developing. Hope you enjoy the videos. Not used to doing stuff like this. I'm not the most confident person on camera. Never know quite what to say. But yeah, I'm happy with the way it's coming on so far, I think. Whether I'll still be enjoying it in a week or so's time or not is another story. But at the moment, yeah, I've got to admit, I'm knackered, I'm hurting. I've probably mentioned I am registered disabled. I am in a lot of pain. It is killing me. It is putting a massive toll on me. I've never done anything like this. I've never taken on a project like this that's so big. I had no idea how big it was, but then you never do when you start these projects, do you? So yeah, I'm going to shut up, as I've already said, and I shall catch you all later. Hope you enjoy the videos. If you do, click like, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Take it easy. Stay safe. Bye-bye.